Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you here how to fasten down your motors on the RC logger and have it so it doesn't slide out. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take some 600 grit sandpaper and you're going to want to cut it, oh, I would have to say a little bit less than a width of a pinky finger. And then at that point, you're going to want to take it, fold it in half until you get something about like so. Now, I already took the liberty of loosening up the screw that holds the motor down, and you just want to loosen it just right before the nut comes off of the screw. At that point, the motor should slip out relatively easy. Now, what you're going to want to do is take it, and I just use something I could wrap it around and insert it into its spot. You don't want the sandpaper really any wider than the hole. So therefore you can see how I have it. So now you're just going to want to take it, bend it over, then that's where you're going to take the motor and insert it into that opening. You might have to spread it out a little bit and push her down all the way until you're satisfied. Now you're going to want to take the screw and tighten her back up. Now that that's spread open a lot more, it's going to fasten that a hell of a lot better than the way they have it. Now that motor's got something to lock into. And let me get that a little more straight here. Gotta get that screw down in there. That's pretty much about it. Now, a little pair of scissors. You're just going to want to cut off the excess. Just watch when you're trimming this that you don't nip any wires. And that will be pretty much about it. This side ain't too bad at all. So that will fasten down your motors. I haven't had one issue, and the one rear arm in that last video I showed you had that crack in there, and that was giving me the issues of my motor sliding out relatively easy. So that took care of that problem up until I get a replacement. So now I'm going to show you another little tip. What I wound up doing for the platform, for the camera platform that is extra with the Extreme, I wound up using, I put a screw down through the bottom. Now that screw, what it's going to do, it's going to hold my Mobius holder here, and all you do is just take it, turn it on, and therefore now my Mobius can snap right into place, and I have a platform for it. Now what's good about that is I can unscrew this, and I have this light here which I use for nighttime. What I wound up doing is I had some little bit of rubber down on the bottom, and I traced the pattern of the nut up on top and cut it out with an X-Acto knife and put the nut right inside there and hot glued it right into place. And that gives me a spot to take and put my light. And that works out really, really good. And you can see it's got more than one setting on there. And this makes one big difference when I'm flying at night, because there's no rear light on the Extreme, which I don't know why RC Logger never did, but nevertheless, it has one now. And also there is another modification that if you there's the stop right here that's on both sides of the battery tray. If you cut the rear one off, you're able to slide your battery right in without having to take your platform off. Now the battery won't come out, because once you plug this in, it keeps the battery from sliding out. This isn't my idea. I saw this on one of the forums, and it's a great idea. So other than that, that is it. So hope you could use some of these tips. Oh yeah, here's another tip here. These are from the what do they call them things, little darts that they use, little soft darts, and I use them just for the feet. It makes the landing a little bit softer when landing. You don't have that plastic sound. It gives a little bit of a cushion as well. So again, hopefully you can use these tips and keep it in the air. Have a great day.